takes the lead. This time we're going to finish the job.
It's time. Mitch Marner returns to Toronto as the Vegas Golden Knights have made their return to Toronto on this Friday night, this cold Friday night in Toronto. Hopefully everyone is doing well, and thank you very much for tuning in to the stream very early here. The game is about to get underway in just a few minutes. This is a big one for the Leafs besides Mitch Marner. They need 2 points here. Didn't get 2 points out of that game against the Detroit Red Wings. It was a good game. That's a tough team to play as well, but ultimately, it's a big one tonight. It's a big one. They need 2 points out of this game to feel pretty good about themselves heading into the Olympic break coming up here very quickly. Honestly, the month's almost over, which is crazy. But here we go. This should be a good one. There were some boos in warm-ups that was documented on Twitter. Lots of the boo birds were out. And I have to be honest, not a big fan of Mitch Marner. A lot of you guys have been watching the channel for a long time. Not a big fan of maybe not necessarily his play, but antics, stuff that happened with his agent, timing of things, and the fact that he knew he wanted to leave for 2 years and he left this organization high and dry. Although some of the blame should be placed on Brendan Shanahan for sure, at least 50% of it if you want to go like that. So that's just how I feel about it. But we're about to get underway, so we'll bring you in here shortly. They're going to be doing the anthems, and it should be a pretty interesting pregame intro. I'll bring you guys in so we can listen into it when they take the ice. But it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. It should be a fun one. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Chris. Welcome in, Joshua, Macronial, Vicus. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, surprised OEL and Stolarz are playing. Stolarz not too surprised. We heard that he should be returning pretty soon. He was sent down to the Marlies for a conditioning stint. He was never going to play in the game. It was more just getting practice in because the Leafs can't practice because they play so often this month. So he was just getting a couple practices in. OEL is an interesting one. Hasn't missed a game all year. So he is just a warrior, man. He just wants to be in the game. He wants to play. So I love it. Absolutely love it. Florida Panthers gave Lord Dump a Stanley Cup. How pathetic. Wait till ice. Don't know what that means. Macronial and the guy partly responsible for how Mitch Marner went down was spotted over the summer. Says it all. I wonder what happened to Berube. He said it was a gym incident. So I dropped a barbell on his head. I don't know like what happened there. Guy's a warrior though. Got stitched up and was ready to go. Ready to go. Leafs are about to take the ice. I'll take you guys in. You'll be able to hear it here. I'm going to take you guys in here to listen to it because I'm sure there's going to be some boos as both teams take the ice here. It should be a lot of fun. Is Marner going to get a video tribute? Yeah, 100%, as he should, just as Tavares did. Phenomenal player. I'll never take anything away from him as a player, but it's just all the other stuff. It's honestly sad. It's honestly sad. When I watch all the tribute videos and like the intro to this broadcast, it should have went differently, but that's life. That's life. But it just should have been different. I'll take you guys in here to listen in because this is going to be pretty raucous. Pretty raucous tonight. It's going to be a good one. Here we go. Marner just yet. There he is.
Arizona, number 23, Matthew Knight. From Turku, Finland, number 63, Matthias Fancelli. And from Oakville, Ontario, number 91, John Tavares.
Let's go. Big ovation for Stolarz. Hildeby, by the way, sent back down to the Marlies this afternoon. Hildeby has officially been sent back to the Marlies. And yes, Michelli is finished. So the Leafs are not rocking with 3 goaltenders. They are going with 2. Hildeby sent back down. Obvious choice until the
We now ask that you please rise if you're able to.
We'll listen to the anthems
Remove your
here, and then
hats
we'll get ready to
and
go,
join
boys.
Natalie
We'll get
Morris
ready to go.
in the singing of our national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Very quickly before O Canada, I was just speculating. I don't know what happened to Berube, but he got hurt at the gym. He's a gym incident.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. It's not just another game. Get fired up. Get fired up. This is a big one. We are just moments away from puck drop. Anthony Stolarz back in goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Go, Leafs, go. Not just another game. Let's get 2 points here. High stakes. I want to hear the crowd into it. Aiden Hill in net for the Vegas Golden Knights. He played against the Leafs last year. Mitch Marner is starting for the Vegas Golden Knights. There we go. About to drop the puck. And we are underway in this one. Bluebirds are out very early. Oh, it's pretty loud. I actually didn't think it was going to be that bad, but it's pretty loud. Oh, it's loud. Oh, it's loud. Wow. Rasmus Anderson also playing in this game for Vegas. His Vegas Golden Knights debut. Austin Matthews comes on the ice to cheers. Just goes to show, man. Well, I don't know why it was always a comparison for 16, but, you know, we wanted to love them all, but no, you have to be the guy. And an icing against the Leafs here early. A very early icing. Yeah, it's loud. The boos are loud. I mean, they were allowed to start, but as soon as he touched the puck, wow. You know he's going to try and make some plays here, but we'll see if it gets to him. We know other things have in the past, so. But we don't like to talk about the past, right, guys? No. Let's not acknowledge or have any accountability for what's been done before. No, why would you ever do that? And Vegas scores. Jack Eichel scores. Nobody covering Jack Eichel, one of the best players in the world, so that's concerning. Would have liked to have got off to a good start with that crowd into it, but I think the crowd will be into it all night long, so we'll see how this develops. You got to cover that. I mean, like, why? yeah, not... What is that defensive coverage? Fix that, please. That's horrific. As a fan, don't really love Eichel yelling like that after the first goal of the game. Like, let's do something about that. Let's play with some emotion for once. Because you know, like, the Golden Knights are playing, like, this is it's a Mickey Mouse game in the schedule, technically, but, like, you know they're playing for Mitch Marner, right? Because he's like, oh, a new guy on the team, we're going to play for the guy, right? Why don't you do that if you're the Leafs? It's got a goal here. Put it to net. Play is in the Leaf zone now. Ooh, just out of the reach of Easton Cowan, who would have been one-on-one. Excuse me, with Shea Theodore. I don't know what the matchups are going to be like tonight either. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like a playoff-esque line matching type night, but I would like to see Lawton out there against Mr. Mitch Marner as well. So there's Stolarz' first save since November 11th. Last time he played was Remembrance Day. And puck is not down yet. It is down now. Flipped out to center. Leafs giving chase. Leafs fourth line's out there. Yarn, Croak, Lorenz, and Lawton. Looks like they're getting a change now. Yeah, really good news. I feel like buried in all of this is Stolar's return to the lineup. He was that guy last year. So I'm really excited to see him back in the lineup and, feeling healthy, back to being himself. Good to go. Well, Marner's on the ice, I can tell, because it's loud. Oh, nice play by Tavares down low to Nyes. He gets a shot on goal. It was a nice little play there. Doesn't result in a goal, but ooh, nice. Marner chips it out to center and avoids a hit as usual. Michelli out to center. He gets it to Nyes. Nyes in deep. That goes nowhere. Very slow game so far for both sides. Matthews is getting cheered every time he comes on the ice for a shift. There's obvious cheers every time that line comes out. So you can tell who's at the game tonight. The people who actually know this team and care, not the people on Twitter telling you that with random usernames and no profile picture telling you that you should love Mitch Marner. So you can tell who's at the game tonight. And like they say in wrestling too, you got to listen to what's real. You got to listen with what's in the arena, what people are actually telling you how you feel about the team, not online. It doesn't actually exist. Here comes Matthews. There's been no tribute yet. There's been no commercial break. It's coming probably right now because they just went offside. And I imagine we're going to commercial. I'll take you guys into the tribute if it happens. I imagine it's coming up here now. I'll take you guys in as soon as it does happen. Still no commercial. Wow, I'm shocked. Berube looks like... Oh my god. I saw him this morning, but holy smokes. It looks like he went 10 rounds. What a legend. What a warrior. Offside at the line again. Very slow game so far. Berube does look playoff ready. Looks like he's ready to run through a wall. Sorry. He looks like he did run through a wall. And he's ready to run through another wall. Very curious to see what happens with the video tribute. Like what that sounds like. I am curious, honestly. He didn't say what it was that injured him, but one can imagine that it was some gym equipment. Oh, nice. 2-0. I mean, goalie's got to make one save, right? Goalie, he's supposed to make one save, not 3 on the same play. So that's how that goes. That's a tough rebound from Stolarz to put it right back on the tape, and then that third one goes in. Five shots on goal, 2 goals against. Start this one. I'm not sure why Wool, even if he was healthy, Stolarz, I'm not sure why Wool gets the start in this one. A little confusing for me. This game is certainly not over. The game last week started the same way. Just going to put that out there. And who ended up winning that one? Just going to put that out there. Oh, big hit by OEL. Who I would imagine is definitely not healthy. Leafs got to get skating here. This is tough to watch. Yeah, to the front. Oh. Good opportunity. Ooh, shot by Carlo just wide. Riley gets it in front. This is the fourth line buzzing a little bit here. Creating some chances. Yarncroke gets it to the net, and Aiden Hill stops that. Carlo whiffed that quite wide for being that wide open. Bluebirds are back out here. I wonder who's on the ice. Kolasar gets the goal for the Golden Knights. Why is Riley pinching every play? was going to say, Kolasar got the goal for the Golden Knights, the second one. He, like, in the 2 games against the Leafs, has looked amazing. I have to give him credit where credit's due. Like, that guy's been a player for this team. Oh, my goodness. Get skating. This is horrible. There we go, JT. Like, get in on the puck, man. Make a play. Thank you. Good. Good play by Tavares. Strips the defenseman of the puck. McCabe gets it towards the net, just wide. Nyes has it at the line. And now the Leafs control play in their own zone. Domi gets it in deep. He's giving chase. Here comes Eichel. He's going to beat his man. To the net. Nice. I don't think he got a shot off, but Stolarz would have got that. Good positioning. Leafs look so discombobulated here. Stolarz makes that save with 13:07 left in this first period. All right, first commercial break, but it's not a commercial. I'll take you guys in. We got a video tribute coming up for Mitch Marner.
Proud to announce from the London Knights, Mitch Marner. Marner going in with a cut. He scores! Mitch Marner! Mitch Marner out front. He shoots. He scores! I need a stick, Bobby. There it is. Now he's involved in the play. Wants the puck.
I haven't seen one playoff highlight yet. Not a single playoff highlight in that.
On behalf of Leafs Nation, thank you, Mitch, for 9 seasons with your Toronto Maple Leafs.
I'll keep my thoughts on the reaction to myself. I guess that's it. All right. Yeah, he never had a playoff highlight. That's why. Not a single playoff highlight in that entire thing. It is what it is. It is what it is. A lot of it's on management, too, for keeping him around that long. Should have been gone a long time ago. 2021, I would have... I knew everything I needed to know in 2021. And he stuck around until 25, which is... wild. Wild. But that's all out of the way now, and... excuse me, we'll... hopefully the Leafs can settle into this game. Let's get going. Line gets waved out of the face-off. That's going to be a penalty? Wow. Wow. That's not even a... He didn't even slash him. He didn't even slash him. His stick blew up. Wow. He didn't even slash him. His stick didn't... Wow, okay. His stick exploded. Well, we got a power play here for the Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, this game couldn't have gone any worse to start, honestly. Just horrific. Big kill here. Build some momentum off of it. fifth ranked penalty kill in the entire league. The Maple Leafs penalty kill. It's been very good this season. Way too much time, but big save by Stolarz there in front. Josh, when you say a Kane trade coming, do you mean Evander Kane? I know it's not to the Leafs, but I think it's Evander Kane out of Vancouver, I believe, right? I believe that's who you're talking about. Hey, Jose, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Oh, did he get a shot off there? I don't think so. That's a big save, possibly by Stolarz. I don't know if I want to give him credit on that just yet, but... like, this team's got to get going. Like, get a big kill here. Get skating. Throw a hit. Do something. Get the crowd into it. Get the crowd on your side. Like, okay. I know it's absolutely freezing here too, Jose. It is so disgustingly cold. Big save by Stolarz back through the middle. And here comes Matthews, and he flips it out to center and all the way down the ice. 25 seconds left here on the penalty. Ten seconds left here in the penalty kill. Around the horn to Shea Theodore. And the Leafs kill it off. Oh, Lawton was asking for that. Out of the box. There we go. Lawton throws a hit on Hannafin. Get some juice going. Dude, get the physicality up. Let's do something here. Here we go. Here we go. Here's nice. Giving chase. Jose, I wish I knew, man. I have to say, like, I don't think it's anything else but a mental thing. And it comes down to the leadership group. Like, I just don't know how you're not prepared to play to start a game. Like, I don't know how. It's always been a problem with this group. Don't start on time. Tonight, too, like, start... Okay, you're down 2-0. You just killed off a penalty. Get going. Make some plays. Throw the body. Skate. Make it happen for you. Nice save by Stolarz there. He's getting his work in already so far this period. No, it's not because of Marner. No, no. I don't subscribe to that whatsoever. I don't. How could you ever go to war with a guy that you knew was leaving? You know what I mean? Like, that definitely has effect on things. Close this guy off. Come on. There we go. Break this out. Let's go. Get skating. Get skating. Would like to see a dominant moment from Matthews in this game as well. Here we go. McMahon driving to the net. Ooh, he gets it to the net, just wide of the net. Domi to the point. OEL shoots. Saved by Aiden Hill. Yeah, I agree, Macronio. A lot of blame. A lot of blame. I mean, Shanahan did so much wrong in terms of the on-ice product. In terms of the business and reestablishing the Maple Leafs on the business side, great job. Like, really, really can't say enough good things about him. But in terms of the on-ice product and his decision-making in terms of that, horrific. Horrific. That's too many men. Too many men. It's going to be one of those games, guys. It's going to be one of those. Got to work for your own luck. Got to work for your own luck. Right off the post. Right off the post for the Golden Knights. Leafs look really out of position tonight defensively. More than normal. Really out of sync. I would love to see the shot attempts after this. Get going. Come on, come on. Get to the net. Ooh, big hit on Robertson. By Kolasar, maybe? Get that to the net! Ooh. Okay, they're making some plays here. Just wide of the net again. Ooh, Benoit goes to lay the bod. Got a piece of his man, but nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Marner back on the ice against JT's line. Yeah, pace of this game has picked up a lot in the last 2 minutes. This is good. Especially for the Leafs. Here we go. Nice. Drive that net. He gets it to the net. Michelli's doing some shifty stuff behind the net. He gets it back behind the net. Toronto regroups behind their net. And they'll get going out to center here. Here comes Matthews. Through the neutral zone. Matthews shoots. It's high up and wide. Deflected by Noah Hannafin. 6:05 remaining in this first period. We are headed to another commercial break. And yes, True Living has been trying to trade Morgan Riley the day he walked in the door. And he can't because he has an immovable contract. So, isn't that lovely? But he's been trying to trade him. I believe he was trying to trade him for Rasmus Anderson last year. But that trade's not going to go through. Anything with the Flames is not going to happen. Like, they do not want to trade with Brad Treliving. They don't. Which sucks. Evander Kane is rumored to go to either the Dallas Stars or the Colorado Avalanche. That's brand new as well. The game's not over yet, guys. The game's not over yet. See how this plays out in the end. How's everyone feeling about the Olympics as well? That should be pretty exciting in 2 weeks here. I have to say, the way this game has started is exactly the same to the game last week in Vegas. Just the opposite team. So, I'm not too worried yet. Back from commercial here. And yeah, Nate, I mean, the Leafs do have to figure this out internally. They have a decent team in terms of, like, on paper. Like, they just got to figure it out. Was that a play there? Shots are 8-3 for the Vegas Golden Knights. 2-0 Vegas Golden Knights. 5:46 remaining in this period. Do we think starting Stolars in this game was a bad idea? Yes or no in the chat. Was starting Stolars a bad idea tonight? Yes or no? Don't love the idea. I have to be honest with you. I understand giving Woll some rest. Also, as a note, Dennis Hildeby has been sent back down to the Toronto Marlies right before this game started. So, of course, that's how it works in Toronto, right? Like, if you don't get the job done, people will turn on you. So, man, just fire that to the moon. Damn. A lot of yeses so far. A lot of yeses. Oh, that might have been blocked by Rasmus Anderson. And we are going to another commercial break. Yeah, long layoff. I mean, he's been off since Remembrance Day. November 11th was the last time he played in Boston. And he's playing in this game? This one? Although, when do you start him? Colorado on Sunday? Colorado has been bad since they got beat by the Leafs, by the way. Real bad since they got beat by the Leafs, so. Mad Dalton tuning in live from Belfast. What time is it over there? It must be like probably close to midnight, right? Maybe a little bit later. Long-time subscriber. Thank you very much, Mad Dalton. Really, really appreciate the support. And I haven't seen that username before. You should comment more often. Appreciate you tuning in, man. That's awesome. Leaf fans are everywhere, man. Leaf fans are everywhere. Appreciate you. But yeah, Stolar's starting in this one. I saw it this morning and I'm like, okay. Like, there's nothing we can do about it, but a little odd. A little odd. Yes, Vegas is up 2-0. Evan's watching from Toronto. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Just after midnight. Shout out to you for watching the game. This is going to end probably around 2 o'clock for you. Where is everyone watching from? Devin's in Toronto. Where's everyone watching from tonight? I'm in Toronto. Watching this mess in the freezing cold. But we'll see how this ends up in the end. Time difference for sure. I know. It's tough. Tough. A lot of Leaf fans out there in Europe and surrounding areas, and it's like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you stay up to watch it, man. There's some nights where I tap out, and I'm like, it's only like 8:30 Eastern. Local, I should say. Watching from Pittsburgh tonight, driving back to Toronto tomorrow. Macaronio. Josh is watching from Toronto. Jose's watching from Tonawanda. And most of the Leafs are watching from the bench tonight because they're not playing. They're not skating. Let's get going, man. Back in your own zone again. Let's go. Did you guys know there's a Stadium Series game coming up this weekend? Sorry, next weekend? I didn't. Because this league doesn't promote anything. Lawson and Tampa outdoors next Saturday. I think it's next Saturday. Oh, big save by Stolars. Leafs are getting outskated, out-hit, outshot, outscored. It's ugly. Ooh. Oh, Michelli gets it over to JT. Right in front of the net, but it was a slow pass coming over. That's a tough one. McCabe gets it in deep. Nice. Gives chase. And on hurdle. Marner gets outmanned by, out-muscled by JT, I should say, and Nyes just loses the puck. Nyes gets it back. I know, outside looking in on the playoffs right now, but still a lot of hockey to go. Still a lot of hockey to go. Stephanie's watching from Cornwall. Or Stefan, sorry. Stefan. Excuse me. The Leafs have 4 shots in this period. I'm hoping they pick it up after this period. Like, I hope something happens in that intermission. Can't make a pass. Can't make a pass. We need this intermission here. Regroup. Regroup! This is horrible. Oh boy. Crowd is like completely out of this right now. Puck up and out of play. Puck up and out of play. Vegas with a couple good chances there. Stolar's made a couple big saves. He settled in nicely to this game. Yeah, major storms happening all across the U.S. actually, Macronio. So I'm glad you're getting out of there and back home to minus 40 with the wind chill. So hope you enjoy your weekend back home in the freezing cold still. Heard Texas is going to get bad hit pretty bad, excuse me, with snow. Same with Tennessee. Tennessee is beautiful, though. It's just weird to think that they're going to get snow. Don't normally think of that as a place like that. But anyway, Benoit's giving chase back here in the defensive zone. There's 1:15 left here in the first period. Benoit gets stripped by Marner. He makes a nice pass to Hurdle, and Hurdle misses the net. Oh, Marner almost scores off the rebound. Last minute of play in the first period. Cowan gives chase. He loses it. Riley chasing in his own zone. He's going to get it up. Marner misses it, but nobody's there for the Leafs. 30 seconds left here. Yeah, that's the thing that really pisses me off, Mad Dalton. Like, the Leafs... How do you not get up for a game like this, man? Did anyone put money on the board? Why is nobody throwing hits? Like, somebody go take his head off kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, does that not happen anymore? Holy smokes, man. This is like... I mean, besides literally 5-0, this is as bad as a start as you could draw up, probably. It's horrible. Disgusting. Like, if they started this game and somebody threw a huge hit and they scored a goal, this crowd would be into it. And you just did not start that way. Like, this crowd, the crowd's dead. Nothing to cheer for. You're probably heading into their mission down 2-0, which is not horrible because you can definitely come back from it. We've seen it this year. But, geez, man. Get that to the net, man. Riley plays it down deep with 3 seconds left. Put it to the net. That is the end of the first period. Don't like the body language from either team, honestly. Hate it. Hate it. Makes me sick. Makes me sick. One period done here in Toronto. Second period coming up. Hopefully the Leafs regroup in this first intermission. But we're going to recap some of the stuff we were talking about this morning. I want to get Nick in here. I hope that they get booed off. This isn't good enough. Sorry to be so negative. No, I mean, like, you got to be sometime. It's not even being negative. It's being realistic. You're down 2-0 in a game that actually means something in the regular season. Like, lock in, dude. Lock in for once. Please. Do something. Where's Matthew? Like, play with something. Some gumption, Matthews. Like, just come out and do something. Take over. You're... It's crazy. Crazy. Where is the passion? Anyway, wanted to get Nick in here for our thoughts earlier this morning because of the Leafs. Some interesting moves were made. Some more insight on Stolarz. Hildeby was sent down to the Marlies. They made another interesting move from the Marlies. I don't know if everyone... There was a lot lost this morning in some of the news, so I'll play that for you guys as well. Or we'll get into that as well. And a lot of interesting stuff happening with the Leafs. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. But Leafs down 2-0, getting outshot, getting out hit, getting outplayed. Hopefully they regroup in the second period. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll be back before the second period.
This is exactly what we have all been waiting for, is not only have the Leafs made multiple moves, but we have some updates that change the landscape of the next few weeks for this team. And while everybody's eyes are on Mitch Marner ahead of tonight's game, there are some other storylines that have taken over as well surrounding the Leafs, and things are starting to line up very, very good and almost perfectly as we approach the biggest stretch of play of the year ahead of the Olympic break. We're of course also going to break down some crazy things that are happening surrounding Mitch Marner following Elliot Friedman's report last night, and a ton of other things in this episode. You're going to want to stay tuned to the very end of the video. But before we get into it all, quick reminder, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to, of course, a huge goal, 30,000 subscribers. And the Leafs have been struggling a little bit as of late, but you guys haven't been struggling with support. You guys have been absolute beasts with the support. Darius, let's dive right into it here. Let's not waste any more time today. Massive day. Now, also a reminder, Darius will be live streaming the game tonight, so make sure to check that out. It's going to be a very fun game. Today's the Mitch Marner day, but I want to start with the small moves and dive into the bigger moves as we approach each minute of this video. There's a ton to go over. Henry Thrun has officially been recalled from the Toronto Marlies. Now, this is actually a pretty interesting move here. We'll start with this, Darius. He is being recalled. However, OEL and Carlo are both taking part in the Leafs skate, and they're both supposedly going to be getting in the lineup tonight. But we're going to dive into all of that here. I want to start with this move, Darius. Henry Thrun is back up to provide them some much needed depth in the blue line.
Yeah, and it's just in case. And they also play on Sunday afternoon. So I would imagine, I don't think a lot of these guys are healthy right now. When I say healthy, I mean like everyone's probably banged up. But Benoit just came back from missing a few games. We know that OEL and Carlo are playing in this game tonight because of the game that it is. If they were playing the Carolina Hurricanes, I'm not so sure that they would be in this game. Same goes for another player, which we'll get to in a second. But I think everyone's playing in this game because it's a must win in terms of you need the points. And this is not a regular game. I don't care what the other guy on the other team says in his quote earlier this morning. It's not just another game. I hate that mindset. It's not. You have to get up for this one. They need 2 points tonight because now you play the Colorado Avalanche and a couple teams that you're chasing next week as well. So this is, first of all, good news because if they're healthy enough to get into the game, of course, I think they're banged up and there could be some weird stuff going on in the game with, ice time and how they're used. But this is good in terms of it's clearly not bad enough to keep them out of the lineup long term, like we were hearing that it was going to be weeks yesterday. So that's good news, but for sure they have to be banged up. But nonetheless, they obviously made that move because I wonder what's going to happen Sunday. I don't think the lineup's going to look the same heading into Sunday afternoon's game.
Yeah, even if they win the day, you're probably going to see one of these two guys out in exchange for Henry Thrun. But also, Anthony Stolarz, talking about a kind of a heavy-duty game tonight. Stolarz is starting today earlier than I expected, a little bit earlier at least. So he's starting. You have Mitch Marner returning. You have Darius live streaming, and you have, of course, OEL and Brandon Carlo coming back. It's a big day here for Leafs Digest and, of course, all Leafs fans. But Darius, this is massive news, and no matter how you look at what they've accomplished, the goaltenders, this year, huge shout out to Dennis Hildeby, who we expect is going to be sent down soon, right? They'll probably keep 3 goalies for a little bit, seeing how Anthony Stolarz does, and if he gets, hopefully, doesn't get re-aggravated with an injury or anything like that. This is huge, and the team is finally starting to look like an actual team. Now, you don't have William Nylander back. You need to have him back, hopefully, at some point for them to complete the full team. We have McMahon, Matthews, Domi, Michelli, Tavares, Nyes, Cowan, Watt, Robertson, Lorentz, Lawton, Yarncroke. Darius, What are your thoughts on this with the blue line looking like here? They don't want to get Myers in, which is another reason that this line or this, recall, I guess, is fantastic in my eyes. They want to keep, of course, fresh eyes, obviously, right-handed shot versus, left-handed. They're keeping that, obviously spread out throughout. Yeah. Something to keep an eye out on here. They're keeping Cowan in the lineup as well, following his blunder. I think that's pretty crucial too.
Yeah, and I think it's a good thing that they're keeping him in the lineup. He's a young player, and Berube's talked about it, right? He's going to make mistakes, and sometimes you think that you can protect the puck because you're used to doing it in junior, and that's not the case. He's learning lessons, and he's not playing bad. He's not playing horrible. He's taking dumb penalties, right? Which happens because he's a young player still figuring out the league, but he's aggressive, and he's doing the right thing, so I'm glad he's in the lineup. Nylander not being here for this game kind of sucks. I was really wishing he was going to be able to get into this one because there's the whole thing on the bench a couple of years ago, and there's a lot that they've held back from the public eye in terms of that as well, and he was straight up lied to last year as well, so that was that sucks that he's not getting into this game, but it's not a regular game. This is not a regular game, and I hope the Leafs don't adopt that mindset that they have so many times in the past. And Mitch Marner, when he was a Leaf, said the same thing. Oh, it's just another game. No, it's game 5 of a playoff series. It's not a regular game, right? So again, this one's a regular season game, but the crowd's going to be into it, and I'm hoping that the Leafs don't approach it like it's a regular game. I hope somebody throws a big hit. I hope these guys take it upon themselves to do something to get the crowd into it because they're going to be into it anyway. So don't put them to sleep. Don't pretend like it's a nothing game. Do something to show we're still proud to be here and to be Maple Leafs because the other guy kicked dirt on this logo and the city on his way out. And that's the difference between Mitch Marner and John Tavares' departures as well, because John Tavares never did that to the Islanders organization and still got the reception that he got. So looking at the lines, much of the same. And then, the defense pairings, obviously the two guys not out of the lineup, Carlo and OEL helps. McCabe has looked rough the last little while. That's something I wanted to bring up as well. So I'm looking for him to have a big game. He's been arguably their most important player, period, this season. So I'm excited to see what he does tonight, but it's not a regular game. I'm really hoping they don't adopt that mindset and they come in just absolutely flying.
Something to keep an eye out on. And you're obviously talking about how, it isn't a regular game, and it isn't, obviously, given the scenario. This team needs to win this game, even if Mitch Marner wasn't, the whole debacle didn't happen. Each point they lose, which is why the Cowan point hurts so much, wasn't fully on Cowan. That at least could have won it earlier. They could have also lost it earlier in that game. Each point is crucial. Each game, we're talking about it off camera, feels like a playoff game at this point because it is. If you, the division is so tight, you can go from top wildcard spot to near the bottom of the conference in a week, 2 weeks, maybe not that much, exaggerating a little bit. So it is crucial, and it's a massive game, and Berube's coming out and highlighting that with a black eye and a deep forehead cut. Laughs it off as a solo gym incident yesterday, his own fault. So shout out to Berube for still obviously, lifting it. He is staying in shape, and of course he wants to be able to yell and keep up with the team. But let's dive into now Mitch Marner, because we heard reports. We covered it yesterday. Feel free to check that video out from last night after you've watched this one in its entirety, because it was a very good one. Darius Mitch Marner, I don't want to look back anymore. I don't want to look in the past, which is a fair answer. And I'm not going to get on Mitch Marner for this. I don't blame him for that. There's a lot of things I can get on him for and blame him for. A messy way to leave, a messy article to come out from Elliot Friedman. Shout out to Elliot Friedman for dropping that. Of course, the day before. He's been holding on to that for a while. I can almost guarantee you that one. But you can see here, Mitch Marner's allowed a fresh start, allowed to disagree with the Leafs about money, allowed to win the cup. Winning the cup is hard. He's going to get booed tonight for one reason. A Toronto kid on the way out insinuated Toronto's a bad place to play. So I wanted to dive into this a little bit here before we wrap up the video in a few minutes. We know there was a lot of things happening around, but Darius, I'll let you take over here because I know you feel pretty strongly about this stuff. There's a lot of stuff came out from Elliot Friedman yesterday that gave us some clarity, and quite frankly, for me, gave me some closure surrounding Mitch Marner, and I'm happy he's not a Leaf anymore, even though he is a fantastic hockey player.
And I would agree with that last part. I'm glad that they moved on. It was time, death by 1,000 cuts, and it was his own doing and his camp's own doing. That being said, I do want to say very quickly that he is an elite hockey player, and I think the team is better with him in the regular season. We've seen that for the past 10 years, right? I'm never going to take that away from him. And this year we're seeing it, right? So I'm never going to take that away from him. He's a 100-point player in this league. He's a fantastic hockey player. But again, death by 1,000 cuts of his own doing. There was staff in the organization, former players and current players, repeatedly told him to delete social apps, stop searching his name on social media, and that stuff really affected him. There's stuff that you can read online about yourself, but not let it get to you, right? Like, sure, if you want to do that, but don't let it get to you. But it was. So they were trying to help him out. And it was just, again, death, third time I'm saying it, death by 1,000 cuts. And it was his own doing. There's so much more in that article as well in terms of Austin Matthews and his future as a Leaf, in terms of, he said, as long as this is not going to go off the rails, I want to be here. I want to be a Leaf. I want to be the leader of this organization. So that was encouraging to see too. But so many instances through the years of just, it's kind of sad when you read through the article. Like, it did not have to be this way. And then on top of it, he kicks dirt on the logo and the city and the fans on the way out. It's not the same thing as John Tavares. John Tavares went to the Islanders and said, please give me a competitive team and I'll stay. They didn't do that. Then he left. It was the wake-up call that they needed as an organization to put a team together. And then it was what it was. And I'm just glad, Nick, that after tonight, it's going to be a lesser story. We're going to have that, it's going to peak here tonight, the booing, whatever it is. And also, depending how you want to feel, don't let anyone tell you how you want to feel. If you want to boo, boo. If you want to cheer them. I know how I feel about the situation, how majority of people feel about this situation. But after tonight, it's going to be a lesser story. There will be some boos, and it'll always kind of be a thing as he comes back to Toronto, but it's going to peak here. It's going to be exciting. Let's enjoy the game. It's going to be a good atmosphere, probably the best of the season so far in that building. So it'll be fun to watch too. And again, just a fun story. But again, it's what happened the last 8 years and the grudges that were held onto and all this stuff, is why people are upset about it. This didn't come out of nowhere. This is not Leaf fans turning on a player for no reason, right? There was a reason.
Yeah, let us know what your thoughts are. Brilliant hockey player and really a brilliant hockey mind. He's very, very good. It's just the problem is it left in an unfortunate way. And it's interesting. If you watch baseball as well, Bo Bichette just left after years with the Toronto Blue Jays. A bit of a different way there. He left for money. Mitch Marner didn't leave for, kind of money. I think I think the other reasons were what kind of shied him away from that. But, Bo Bichette was coming off a World Series. So a lot of heartbreak surrounding the Jays. And of course, now the Leafs with staple players leaving. But this one was a lot more, writing on the wall for Mitch Marner. And I'm happy to put the end of that chapter. And you mentioned it. This is going to be the most anticipated regular season game in years, I think, by far. And something to keep in mind, they could potentially play each other in the playoffs way down the line later this year if things go great for both teams ultimately. But let us know down below your thoughts. I think that's for watching. We'll see you there.
All right, and we're back. Second period is just a few moments away from kicking off here. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around through the intermission. A lot of things discussed in that first intermission on the panel. Did not like a lot of it, but I'm going to keep my thoughts on certain things to myself here just for the sake of I just want this night to be over, and I don't want to talk about Mitch Marner anymore because I'm tired of it. So just want to get it over and done with. Everyone knows. Listen, it's been documented. It's out there. However you want to feel about it and what people want to talk about, that's on you at this point. We know what happened. There's enough out there that we know what happened. And he's gone. He's gone. So that's what it is now at this point. Second period, just about to get underway in just a few minutes here, I believe. So, get to some comments here from the chat while I was gone. Vegas also played last night. That's right. Something I didn't mention. They played in Boston last night and did not go well for them. So maybe they slow down as the game goes on. Leafs can take advantage of that. Not a great way to look at it because the Leafs couldn't get going in that first period. They looked horrible. Not a good period for the team. They literally just cannot defend. So tonight, at least, I've seen them defend. Not a hope and a prayer these losers make the playoffs from Francesco. We'll see. A couple points out. I think a trade is coming. Whether I like it or not, I think a trade is coming. That's for sure. But it's unfortunate. But yeah, that is what it is. Second period about to start here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get some pre-period beats going for you guys. Let's get fired up here. Hopefully the Leafs take this period to, not this period, this intermission to regroup, get going. I'm falling asleep on the stream. Let's get going, everyone. Let's get the juice pumping. We're not the Leafs. We just cheer for the Leafs. Let's have a fun time in the chat. Let's have a fun time with this. This was a highly anticipated game. I had this one circled. They should have had this one circled. Let's go fired up into this period. See what the Leafs can do. I have hope, and I've seen it before from this team, that they can regroup between periods. They can regroup during commercial breaks with little tweaks to their game. We'll see what happens in the second period. I've seen it before, and I'm hoping I see it again in this period. Ultimately, with the poll wrapping up here, 56% of you think that the Leafs will come back and win this game. There's 48 votes. Get your votes in before the period starts on this new poll, which I'm going to start, which is an interesting topic of conversation. And a lot of people have strong opinions on it as well. Will William Nylander return before the Olympics start? It's been a hot topic of conversation the last couple of days. A lot of people seem to believe that he's holding out just to go play in the Olympics, which is a little crazy to me, I guess, but I don't know. No way the Leafs get Panarin. There's no way. It'd be kind of funny though. It'd be cool. But I mean, cool in terms of like, I would be like, what is going on if they made that trade? But no world that happens. But you never know. Somebody should take Brad Treliving's phone away from him. Somebody take that man's phone away from him. We have nothing to offer for Panarin. That's the thing. Like, they're not making a trade. Not happening. Not happening. I don't even know, like, what does everyone want? I would stand pat. I've been saying it the last couple of days. I would stand pat. I wouldn't make any type of trade. Yeah. You traded your first this year. Why would you sell off? There's no incentive to sell off. For what, a better second round pick? Really? Really? I don't want that. So I wouldn't sell off. Shane Wright's interesting, but I think they want, I don't totally disagree, but I think that they want something of significance. I think the New York Rangers are all over that. I think a guy like Alexis Lafreniere, like a swap like that makes total sense. I don't think the Leafs have anything like that to make that move. But I like the idea. I do. I'm much higher on Shane Wright than a lot of people. I think that his development has kind of been butchered a little bit in Seattle. I do believe that. So had a good year last year too. Half a point a game player. And again, I feel like there's been a lot of turmoil there, and it's a bad team. It's a bad team. Oh, nice off the post to start the period. Scores. We're on the board. We're on the board. Yes. Let's go. 2-1, baby. 2-1. Back in the game. Back in the game. Great play by Nice. The cutback. Shoots it. Goes off the post. Tavares. Garbage man. Garbage man. Great play. Boys are back in it. 2-1. Build off this. This is exactly what I was talking about. Come out hard and build off something like this. Let's get going. 2-1, here we go. Just 10 seconds into that period. The second period is now 2-1. I go with a shot. Nice save by Stolars. Yeah, Crispy, I totally agree. People think I'm crazy when I say, like, he's not that bad. His underlying numbers are bad. Oh, why? Because he played on the fourth line on a bad team. Oh, good response by the Leafs so far this period. Playing with a lot of urgency so far. And, I mean, they needed more of it. Let's get going. Nice save by Stolars again. Eichel's such a deceptive player. Really like his game. Ooh, Matthews, nice move. Oh, he pulls the goalie in. I guess he lost an edge. No call. John Tavares gets the goal. Ooh, bad play by Robertson at the line. Horrible giveaway. Take care of that puck, man. A lot more physical from the Leafs so far this period, too. Shots are 12-7 for the Golden Knights. We're 2 minutes into this period. Here comes Benoit getting hit. Him and Waugh are pinned against the boards in the defensive zone. Vegas' third line's out there with Kolesar leading the way. Also saw that Kolesar took a kid's jersey in the warm-up when they were coming out for warm-up and threw it on the floor. That happened. So everything I said about Kolesar in the first period, I take it back. You don't do that stuff. Here comes Robertson. Oh, the curl and drag, man. Just get the shot. Just get the shot. Profit. That's how you start a period, baby. Let's get going. Get that puck in deep. Let's go. Skate, man. Skate. Nice stop by Mr. Stolars, and he swallows it up. All right, that's how you start a period, baby. Good stuff. Johnny T, looking locked in. So is AM34. They just got to make like some controlled chaos happen for themselves. They got to skate hard, put pucks to net, and you'll find some goals. You'll find goals. Right? But they were overcomplicating that first period. They weren't skating. They weren't hitting. They were playing with zero urgency. Puck's out of play there at the Vegas line. So the faceoff should come probably just outside. Might come in the Vegas zone, actually. Shots 13-7 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Nyes has 4 goals and 10 points in his last 9 home games. So he's been a lot better since that little stint. Although he is dealing with an injury, and he said it himself. He's absolutely dealing with an injury. So almost feels like a haunted house. Everywhere you look, there's booze. A lot of booze tonight. A lot of booze. Marner doing some spinny thing, and he loses the puck to Riley, and Troy Stetcher gets it up the wall to Nyes. Nyes trying to get it out. Dorofeev keeps it in. He shoots. It's right off the post clean. Dorofeev trips. Oh my god, it's going to be a long night, man. Trips Tavares, gets the puck back, shoots it short side. 3-1 Vegas Golden Knights. Puck's got to get out. Puck's got to get out there. Somebody gonna drop the gloves or something? Like, is anyone gonna do anything of significance tonight? They're still definitely in the game, but like, holy smokes. What happened to Tavares on this play? I don't understand. Oh, he trips on Stetcher. That's not a good play. Yuck. Why? Okay, my thing, watching this replay, why is Nyes there? Nyes should be at the point, man. You're a winger. Why is everyone bunching? Does nobody understand that? Is the system that bad, or does nobody understand the system? Like, which one is it, man? Bad play by Matthews. Why are you putting that across the ice like that? Didn't you want to win this game? Not acting like it. Holy smokes. 2-on-1 the other way. Here we go. Nice play by Jake McCabe offside. This guy going now. Here we go. Away out with the puck. Drops it for Matthews. McMahon makes a move. He gets it in deep. Very uninspired first line tonight. Might be time to change it up. Dorofeev gets the goal for Vegas. It's 3-1. Shots 18-7. The problem now is if this gets out of hand and this turns into like what game 7s look like for the Leafs, then people are going to be, you know, the narrative, right? We all know the narrative coming out of it. We know it's actually true, but we know what the narrative is going to be coming out of it. Oh, yuck. Oh, boy. All right, he's got it. He's got it. Goalie's got it. Nice play by Stetcher. Nice play by Stetcher. Macaroni, I've been saying it for a while, man. Like, I wish I wasn't right. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I didn't have to say what I'm saying. At some point, it's on the players. Like, a coach in the NHL is not a coach. His responsibility is not your house league coach when you're 8 years old. To make sure everyone's at the game on time. You got your skates tightened the way you want. You know what I mean? Like, you've made the NHL. You should know when the clock starts, go after it, man. And it's on the leadership group. It is not just them. Like, everybody's got to get going. Like, pull your weight. But if your leaders on the team, your top guys are not going, the rest will not follow because they're not making as much money. And there's like, what's the incentive? What's the incentive? Especially when you're not playing that much, right? Yarncroke's got to get off this team, by the way. Oh, I think that's a goal. You got to get Stolarz out of there. Stolarz got to come out. I think it's 4-1. Stolarz got to come out. Stolarz got to come out. Get Wall in there. Why would you start Stolarz in this game? Not only that, this is a tough result. Like, this group doesn't have it. This group don't have it, man. This is funny. See if they do anything about it, but don't think they have it tonight. It was a good, like, 2 minutes to the period. Good start. First 2 minutes. Outside of that, right back to what they were doing in the first. And, I mean, I think you got to get Stolarz out of there after that goal. I'm a little bit, like, are you going to let this get to 5 now? Interesting. Interesting. No, you can get something pretty significant for Stolarz, I think, honestly, but I don't think you make that trade now. Get moving. Here we go. Hey, Marner passed it right to Matthews. Deja vu. Nice play to forecheck by Matthews. He takes somebody's stick with him. Back to the point. McCabe to Stetcher. Stetcher around the perimeter. The perimeter. They still have the puck, though. Oh, nice play by Matthews. Gets it to the front of the net. Ooh. Hurdle still doesn't have a stick. Take advantage here. Oh, shoot the puck. Oh, my God. Get it deep. Get it deep. Get it deep. Help him. Get in the corner, man. And Vegas gets it out. Of course. I feel like that probably should have been icing. Man gets it in deep. I don't know why this first line hasn't changed yet. Just a poor game all around. Like, mentally checked out, a lot of these guys tonight. This is just messy. It's honestly the little things. Like, why is McMahon still on the ice? Nice pass up to Cowan. Cowan gets it in deep. Nick Waugh giving chase. Robertson wins the puck. Cowan's going to get it. Cowan's looked actually really good. Besides taking the penalties, he's looked really good this year. Like, doesn't really look out of place in terms of speed and, at times, physicality. Somebody get to the net, man. Look, two Leafs on top of each other. Certainly offside, I would think, but Mateo, yeah, you're right. They probably would have made the playoffs and then got bounced in round one again, because that's what they do with 16. That was what the last 10 years were. Some good action here from both sides. I mean, no whistles in a while here. This has been good. No real substance in the Leafs game, though. They're cycling pretty well. A couple shifts here this period, but not really getting anything going. Like, of significance towards the net. Carlos snaps it up to Michelli. Michelli gives it to nobody. Michelli gives it to nobody again. Leafs will regroup, though. Somehow have the puck. Nope. Given away again. This is awful. Body language is horrible from the Leafs, too. Get it up. Lawton on a break. On a breakaway. Yeah! What a goal. What a goal. Slides at 5-0. Slides at 5-hole. Hey, who was on the ice for that goal? 9-3 was on the ice for that goal. Man, that's risky. Just slides in. The Leafs are back in at 4-2. Lawton has been unbelievable this year. Unbelievable this year, man. Has been everything you could have hoped for, honestly. Oh, here we go. Towards the net. Get something going out of this. OEL to the net. Just deflected wide. Build off this. Build some momentum off this. Here we go. Help him out. Matthews digging for the puck. Here we go. He's going to get it to the net. He gets a shot. McMahon gets it to Domi. Domi back to the point. Now they're buzzing. Oh, Matthews wanted that in the wheelhouse. It was not in the wheelhouse. Shoot! Shoot the puck! Domi, shoot the puck! You're wide open! Come on! I cannot express how much I love Oliver Ekman-Larsson. This guy is so stoic on the line. And he just makes plays. He just makes good, smart plays. He's always in good spots. Just a smart hockey player. I think he got a reputation the last couple of years of being like washed or bad all of a sudden because of he was just making more money than what he was actually worth in Vancouver, which I think they're still paying him for. Carlo to Riley. Riley jumping in the play. He puts it towards the net. Nothing there. Carlo keeps it in. Gets it in deep. Scott Laughton was looking for it. He misses it. Lorentz gets it toward the net. It's blocked. Lorentz now to the front. And that goes the distance of the ice back into the Leaf zone. Ooh, shots are now 16-11 for the Leafs. Let's see if they can continue to build off this. Nice trying to win a puck battle here on the boards. He does. Walks around his man. He's looking to the point, but it's kind of covered. Gets it down low, down deep. Nice to the net. Michelli, it's lost. Michelli skates behind the net. He gets pinned by Jack Eichel on that play. Nice play by Tavares on the back check. Some tough plays like out to center to nobody for the Leafs in this period. Real tough. Nice play by Nyes. Frees it up. Here comes Michelli to center into the zone. He gets it in deep. Nick Waz coming into forecheck. Leafs are in the middle of a change. Michelli's trying to get off the ice. Lozon dumps it in for the Golden Knights. The Leafs get possession again. And, since the goal, the Leafs have been skating well. They're creating some chances. Drop the Cowan here on the half wall. He's trying to get it to Robertson. He gets pinned and he loses the puck. Good flow to this game now. No power play for the Leafs in this game yet. McMahon gets it towards the net, not on the net, just wide. Stetcher has it at the line. He gets it in deep. Domi has it now. He gets it to the line. Stetcher shoots right in front. Ooh, Matthews had a chance there. Domi gets it. He does not shoot it. Domi's got to shoot this puck, man. No whistle for a while here. Matthews down low to Stetcher. Stetcher, and there's the whistle. Stetcher smashes his stick against the wall. And we will get our first commercial break in quite a while. We have 5:50 left here in the second period. Most people think that Nylander will not return before the Olympics. That is an interesting turn of events. But, yeah, most people think that he will not be returning before the Olympics. Better second period so far. Didn't like how they kind of dipped there around the third Vegas goal. But they came back with a goal of their own, and they've looked good since. So that is at least a little encouraging. Calle Yarncroke has, thank you Joshua for this by the way. Calle Yarncroke has 1 goal and 4 assists in 4 games. That's actually quite good. And I think he scored one of those goals, or one of the goals against the New Jersey Devils. Scott Laughton has more to offer this team than most of the players. Scott Laughton's been awesome, man. He's been awesome. Plays with a lot of heart. He wants to be here. And he just adds something to a team, man. I do have to say, though, for as much flack as Nylander gets, like, if he was in the lineup here, he would certainly make a difference. Certainly be making a difference. Back from commercial. Let's see how the rest of this period goes. We got 5:50 left. The Leafs have been controlling the play since their goal. 4-2 Knights. 16-13 are the shots. So the Leafs have certainly caught up in that department. Too much perimeter play for my liking tonight, too. Ooh, right off the post. Riley takes a shot from the point. Sharp pass by Nyes out to center to Michelli. He gets it in deep. Tavares is giving chase. He's going to win this puck battle. He gets it right in front. Riley wins the puck battle. Gets it towards the net. Hill makes the save. Rebounds out wide. Nyes collects the puck. The Leafs are starting a change. Leafs regrouping at their own blue line. Going to OEL. OEL gets it up. And McMahon gets it in deep. Matthews gets to that puck first. He throws it in front. He gets hit by Lozon. Then he gives Lozon a cross check on his way down. Oh, big hit by Matthews on Lozon. It's the stuff I'm talking about. They pull it out when they want to. You got to do it all the time. Benoit gets it to the front of the net. Benoit. We got a go Leafs go chant going now. I'd like to see Matthews just rip one here. Can we get a rip from Matthews, please? That was a great shift by the first line, by the way. Oh, Matthews towards the net. He just misses the net. That puck is somewhere. Oh, it's back in the Leafs zone. Okay. Stetcher gets it up the ice to Scott Laughton. He's streaking in. He puts it towards the net, but again, not on the net. Let's get these to the net, boys. Lorenz centers to nobody, but the Leafs remain with possession. McCabe gets it down deep. Fourth line gets to work now. Big hit by Lorenz. Here comes Scott Laughton. He runs his man into the boards. Doesn't come away with the puck. Man, Vegas, since the second Leafs goal, Vegas has not had the puck a lot. Of course, here comes Marner on the ice, and Stolarz collects the puck and stops the play. That was a... Wow, that Riley shot went off the crossbar. Right in the middle of the crossbar. We are headed to a commercial break here. We got a Go Leafs Go chant going now. Both in the chat and the arena. Let's get it in the chat, please. Let's get Go Leafs Go going in the chat. Come on now, fellas. Don't be shy. You're not in the arena where people don't want you to do that type of stuff. Don't be shy. Matthews with a big hit. A little bit of momentum built for the Leafs here. They need to continue to capitalize. Go, Leafs, go. Let's get it going in the chat here, fellas. That's not the real Dodgers Digest, Joshua. Which is pretty funny. Puck is down, and we continue this second period. Looks like the Leafs have... Whoa, get that to the net, man. Looks like Leafs have switched up the lines a little bit here. So off that draw in the defensive zone, we have Tavares, Matthews, and Nyes on the ice together. So I don't know if the Leafs are actually generating some chances and momentum there, and now they're shaking up the line. So I don't know about that. We'll see. Matthews turns it over. Tries to get it into Nyes. Fortunately, it's a results-based business. So yes, the Leafs do look better in the second half of this period, but they need to get a goal here. Oh man, Mark Stone's wide open. Passes it to nobody. Probably should have just taken that shot. He was wide open. Win that puck. Win that puck, Easton Cowan. Let's go now. Oh yeah, right in front. Oh, what a save by Aiden Hill. Wow. Wow. What a save. Wow. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. Nice play by Robertson to get it to the front. I mean, instinct by Cowan, but man, I would have loved for Nick Watt to get that on his forehand. That would have been fantastic. Oh, no. What a save. We're back at the commercial. That is horrific. That is horrific. Matthews getting a goal in this game. That's what we're calling profit. I need a Matthews goal. I need one. Need. See what happens the rest of the way here in this period. Got about 2 minutes left here in this one. Three goals to win for the Leafs. Do we think they can score 3 goals? Majority of people right now, if you haven't voted in the poll, majority of people think that the Leafs will make the playoffs. 59% believe that the Leafs will make the playoffs this year. Just a couple points out. This is a big 2 points up for grabs tonight. Did not start well, but you have an opportunity to score 2 more goals. Aiden Hill with a fantastic save just now. That would have put the Leafs, I mean, just a goal back. Very doable heading into the third period, but they're playing a lot better, creating a lot of chances. Vegas definitely on their heels. Need another goal before the end of the period here. I think it's absolutely crucial to get another goal because it's going to be very difficult to come back from this in the third period with Vegas regrouping in the room. It will be difficult. Matthews wins the puck again. Gets it down to Domi behind the net. Domi low to high to the point. Stetcher around the horn. Riley gets it into Domi. Yes, scores! I think Matthews might have gotten that. It might have been Bobby McMahon. Trying to get the horn going. The horn's not going. There we go. 4-3, baby. Right back in it. Crucial goal. Get up, Leafs Nation. Bobby McMahon with the tip. This better not be a high stick. Get up, Leafs Nation. It's 4-3, baby. That looks good. That looks beautiful. That does not look high at all. That's going to stand. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely crucial for them to get another goal before the end of the period. Right back in it. They are reviewing it, which I can understand, but on that last angle, that looked totally fine to me. It didn't look high to me. It has to be over the crossbar. That didn't look like it was over the crossbar to me. No. That looks good. That's a good goal. Max Domi from the point. Just throw it on. Good things happen, man. Matthews in front. I got the official review here. Bang! 4-3! 4-3! We got a game. We have a game, ladies and gentlemen. 1 to tie. We still got a few minutes left here in the second period. That's a big one. Big one. Absolutely crucial to get that one. I just wish this team would start on time. If this team started on time, it'd be so much easier. Profit, let's go get another one. Puck is down. Here we go. Vegas has been on their heels for the last 12 minutes. Yeah, Bobby McMahon, yes, 16 goals. He's been unbelievable this year. That man is going to get paid. He is a player. Don't ride out this period. Get another goal. Vegas on their heels. Tie the game. It's a new game in the third. Vegas, you know they're going to the room. They want to regroup. Nice save by Stolarz there. I think McMahon might have more goals than Mitch Marner this year. Not that they're the same player at all. But yeah, honestly, it's true. Like the Leafs have looked good. I mean, that's not a bad point, Macronial. I mean, they've been on their heels. Even the goal they scored, that third goal, their third and fourth goals, mistakes by the Leafs. Tavares puts it to the front of the net. That would have been so nice. Nyes gets to the puck. He gets pinned, but Stetcher has it at the point. He gets it down low to Nyes again. Just misses it, but... Oh, nice reverse hit by Machelli. Oh, boy. Let's get a goal here. It's back to the point. OEL just misses it. Oh, Tavares loses it as well. Stetcher's going back for it. It's a great point, Profit. He's going to make more money, and then we're all going to be like... This guy sucks. This guy is not a $5 million player. You know the way it goes. Here comes Matthews. Nice play to win the puck again, man. Get a shot here. 20 seconds left in this period. Get a shot on goal. Ooh, McMahon trying to win the puck. He doesn't. It's up to center. Got 13 seconds left here in this period. Push it. It's not going to get... It's not happening. Vegas regroups. Okay. Great period. You know the Golden Knights are going to regroup, but you're right back in the game, and you made some horrific mistakes. Ooh, the Machelli Mansion. I like that, Profit. I like that. I really like that one. We're going to have to do something with that. The Michelli Mansion. Everybody come on down. Come on down. All right, folks. Going to take a few minute break here. A few minutes break. Excuse me. Jeez. But there's been a lot of rumors around the Leafs lately. So I'll leave you with something Nick and I were discussing in terms of, yes, I'm going to say it, Nazem Kadri. There's some stuff on Mitch Marner. Very topical for tonight. And then after tonight, we don't have to talk about it for the rest of the season. I won't say never again, but for the rest of the season. So, that'll be, interesting. But anyway, take a listen to this. I'll be back in a few minutes. And we got a big third period coming up. It's going to be fun. I'll be back in a few.
The Leafs are positioning for a massive trade as multiple new reports have dropped, including one surrounding the Leafs and one very familiar face that has fans very fired up. But not only that, we have some shocking updates, including one report surrounding a Matthews trade that has fans absolutely, quite frankly, confused. And we also have some notes surrounding Mitch Marner ahead of his much anticipated return to Toronto. Elliot Friedman has dropped a bombshell report revealing the truth behind his departure. You're going to want to stay tuned to the very end of this video. There's a lot to go over today, and one of the more action-packed videos we've had in a while. Before we get into it, you guys have been absolute beasts of the support, and it means the world to us, even though, of course, the Leafs are in the middle of a very, I would say, disappointing season up to this point, though they've been picking it up a little bit as of late. There's a lot to go over today, and of course, we had a video earlier today about how there was big news. Trade is going to be, or rather injuries, been plaguing the Leafs, and a trade is going to happen surrounding the blue line. But with the injuries to OEL and Brandon Carlo, there's been a lot of rumblings. But first, we want to dive into a report that dropped here revealing that the Leafs, now for what it feels like the 100th straight year, are among the teams showing interest in kicking the tires on ex-Leaf Nazem Kadri, as well as a few others. There are ongoing conversations between Craig Conroy, and Kadri's camp, but nothing is imminent. Now, I want to start with this one. We'll dive into Kadri a little bit. I do think they have bigger priorities elsewhere in the blue line department, but this is very notable and something to keep an eye out on. Maybe they try to, take over some of that salary to get some pieces moving. But regardless, and we'll dive into the report in a minute here, they're positioning for a big trade, and it could be one unexpected like Nazem Kadri, or maybe a little bit more expected like one we'll dive into in a minute.
Yeah, and earlier today I was talking about how the Leafs should just ride it out. They shouldn't make a big move. And what I think the Leafs should do and what I think they are going to do are two separate things. And I think that Brad Treliving does want Nazem Kadri and he would enjoy making that trade. But I hope this is the last time we have to talk about it on the channel, because this is not going to happen. The Calgary Flames are not going to trade with the Toronto Maple Leafs if Brad Treliving is the GM. It's not going to happen, as much as I'm sure the Leafs are trying to make it happen, and they're going to be asking way too much of it. I think it's interesting that he's linked to a couple other teams, and I do believe Kadri could be traded this year because he has term on his contract, and yes, he's getting older, but his contract's starting to look better because of the rising cap and stuff like that. And of course, he can play second line center still, so still an effective player. So I do believe he's going to get traded. I just don't think it's to the Leafs anymore. That being said, I do think that the Leafs are positioning themselves to make a trade. And I don't know if they should be making a big blockbuster trade or anything like that. Maybe a couple minor moves. I don't think they should sell, and I don't think they should buy either. I think they should just stand pat and just see what they are and go from there, because you could, end up doing more damage. So that's just how I feel about it. But I do think that they're, with all these rumors coming out, there is some smoke there. I do think they're positioning themselves to go out and make a trade.
Yeah, and it would be very difficult to get Nazem Kadri. I'm going to say, though, I could see a world where somehow it happens. We've seen crazy things happen in the past, and the only reason why I say that, there might be a real world here where Brad Treliving's extremely desperate, and they might cave to whatever, the Flames are asking for. But keeping in mind, new reports have dropped revealing that, again, Treliving's focus right now is adding a right shot defenseman to help, of course, his, with the injuries, but also it makes a lot more sense now, especially given the injuries, to add a blue liner, which is crazy because we were having the same conversation last year. We thought that was going to be one of their points of strength heading into this season, especially when they traded for, Henry Thrawn as a depth piece. Now, a report did drop here from Pierre LeBrun revealing that with the Leafs injury situation getting worse, it intensifies how they're viewing the blue line market. Now, we're going to have a full video covering this report and things like that in the next coming days, but it does make sense now. Their focus is on the blue line. However, of course, either way, they're positioning for a pretty big trade. Now, you said it might not be a blockbuster trade. It is true. We've seen the way that some GMs and Brad Treliving, they went somewhat all in last year. They don't have a ton of assets now needed to get in on a lot of the bidding for these players. But that doesn't mean, because of the way the salary cap works and how, cap management is across the NHL, it doesn't mean they can't acquire a big player. It's just going to be a little bit more confusing. Is Nazem Kadri the most likely option? Not necessarily. But this report goes to show that because they are kicking tires, this is from a reputable reporter, Darren Dreger, it means they're trying to get better and they are positioning themselves one way or another, and whether fans like it or not, for a pretty big move here. Though I don't think that Nazem Kadri is super likely. It is possible that they go out and get, a top 6 forward and a defenseman. I don't think that can be ruled out, even though their assets are limited. It's really a matter of, obviously cap, and of course they still do have some picks and prospects they can trade.
Yeah, they do. They still have some pieces. I mean, everybody's pretending like they have zero, right? Like that's not the case. They can still move out some assets to make a trade happen, but they're going to have to get creative. That is for sure. Exactly what you said, right? They're going to have to get creative with stuff. There could be 3-team trades involved. Could be stuff like Benoit that we've been talking about, right? And of course, we've been on the Benoit train for a couple of years, but if it means making the team better and moving some salary out, then I'm all for it, of course. So they're going to have to get creative. That is for sure. And they don't have that lucrative, first round pick that they can trade anymore, or because they've traded all of them, it seems, or, you're not trading Easton Cowan anymore. You don't want to do that. So they don't really have those types of assets. That I can agree with, but they still have some things they can move out. But I just don't know if teams are, wanting what the Leafs are selling in that case, because it sounds like a lot of GMs are asking more of the Leafs than other teams. Like if Kadri's up for grabs and the Leafs are asking for Kadri, they're going to be pinned with, a list of, I want 4 things. And if Colorado asks, Colorado only has to pay 2 things. That's what it sounds like behind the scenes right now. So that is that. But at the end of the day, I still think they're going to go out and try and do something. And I don't think they're waving the white flag or anything yet. They're only a couple points out of the playoffs. The Olympics are on the way. They're going to try and make the playoffs. Whatever it looks like, they are going to try and make the playoffs.
And then it depends how desperate is, obviously, Brad Treliving. And Nick Kypreos, speaking about desperate, he's been reporting a lot of, I don't want to say nonsense, some crazy stuff. You can see here, Kypreos report, take it with a grain of salt. Austin Matthews could be eyeing the exit door if the Leafs miss the playoffs. With 2 years left in his deal, is the Quinn Hughes scenario in play for Toronto? Now, again, this is going to be something we talk about a lot more, if it actually becomes a reality here. We're not going to dive into too much here. Something to keep an eye on, Darius. I don't know if you have any quick comments about it. Like, this is the level of desperation that, might happen. Sure, if they miss the playoffs, I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot in the offseason about Austin Matthews being traded. And we can have another video if they continue to fall off. But for right now, he's committed to Toronto and he's playing very well. Though, if they miss the playoffs, there is a part of me that wonders what happens with Austin Matthews. Quinn Hughes, obviously a fantastic player, but a bit too early, I think, for this.
It's a bit too early. They're a point out of the playoffs as it stands, as this video is going to come out. Of course, anything can change, and we don't know what's going to happen after the Olympics. When I first saw this, I was like, it's a bit ridiculous. And the day before Mitch Marner returns to Toronto, like the timing, you know what I mean? Can we be serious for a second? Like that type of stuff. That's kind of how I was feeling about it. There's a little bit of truth to this because of a new report dropped by Elliot Friedman. And I read through the whole thing. It was about Mitch Marner, and it revealed some interesting truths over the last little while. And I want to get into it more in depth tomorrow before the game. We're going to do, a deep dive on some of the things that was said, because one thing that stood out to me was, team personnel and players had to basically tell him delete apps on your phone and stop searching your name on social media, which is a little crazy. But something that was buried in there is that Matthews basically told the team before he re-signed his last contract that I'm going to re-sign this contract and I want to be here. I'm going to stay here. But if I see things crashing and burning, the train is going to go off the cliff, right? If I see that that's happening, I'm going to leave because I want to play competitive hockey. And I don't blame the guy at all for that, right? Like, I don't blame him. He's a guy that didn't grow up here, right? So it's not like he's like, rah, I want to be a Maple Leaf or anything like that. He wants to play competitive hockey. He wants to make money. I don't necessarily blame him for that, but I do believe he wants to stay a Maple Leaf. It's only if things go completely off the rails and everything crashes and burns, which is not the case right now. So there's some slight truth to that, I think, when you put these pieces together. But at the end of the day, I don't think we're anywhere close to that at this point, because things are not off the rails. Look at the league. It's so tight. The Leafs are right there in the playoff mix. I'm sure feelings can change very quickly, which is another thing that was talked about in the Mitch Marner article. But as I see it right now, I don't think we're close to that. But of course, it's always a possibility.
Yeah, we'll have a video on that tomorrow. You can say here, though, feel free to pause. I had it up while you were speaking, Darius. You mentioned at the bottom, a fugitive-like crash, a promise he's kept, because the Leafs obviously haven't been that bad. It is something we're going to have to keep an eye out on over the next few months here. But for now, we stay focused on what the plan is and the task at hand, which is making this team better in the immediate future. But that'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.
So, hot topic of conversation coming into the second intermission was, of course, Bobby McMahon. I saw a little bit of it in the chat from Joshua as well as Josh and Profit. And, I wanted to bring this up for you guys. If you guys are still tuning in, still listening, I really appreciate you guys as well. By the way, third period about to get underway in just a few minutes, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be an exciting finish to this game, but I wanted to bring this up. This is from Scotia Stat Projections. I love looking at their stuff, and this is, of course, according to their model, so take it with a grain of salt. They currently have the most probable extension for Bobby McMahon at $3 million over the course of 4 years. Now, keep in mind, I don't know exactly. I believe this came out at the start of the year, so this doesn't factor in how much the cap is going up in each year. So I would imagine, like, I think he's at least a $4 million player going forward. So take this with a grain of salt, but 3% of the cap for a guy who's scoring, you know, so far this season 16 goals, it's not bad at all. So we'll see where he lands. I think it's 3 to 4 million. I think it's 3 to 4 years. We'll see what ends up happening with that. Of course, he's 30 years old already. So that is that, but you can see some interesting comparables on the other side. Again, this came from earlier this season. I think he's outplaying probably all of these comparables. I mean, Calle Jarnkrog being a comparable, that's insane. So, you know, he's playing a lot better than Jordan Martinook, although he has a different role with the Carolina Hurricanes. So, but Frederick Gaudreau, like, I think that Bobby McMahon is a more consequential player for the Toronto Maple Leafs than a lot of these guys. So, again, that's from Scotia Stat Projections. Just wanted to bring that up for you guys there. And you can see the cap hit and some of the comparables there. So that is what that looks like. So that's that. And again, you can find that Scotia Stat Projections on Twitter. And they have a bunch of, you can get player cards for all the 2026 UFAs. So some cool stuff there. We use it a lot in videos. So that is that. That is that, ladies and gentlemen. But third period should be starting soon. Just leave this up for you guys there for just to take that in for a few minutes. But yeah, I would say he's probably like $4 million. I don't think it's the 3 that's projected here, but I think it's probably the same amount of years-ish. And probably roughly in the $4 million range. We got the third period coming up here in just a few short minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Lock in for a big third period from your Toronto Maple Leafs. And if there's any Vegas fans in here, I welcome you as well, but not with open arms. But I welcome you. You are welcomed. You are welcomed. Need players like McMahon in the bottom 6. He's playing he's a top 6 player right now. He's playing very well. So but here we go, everyone. Let's get pumped up here for this third period. Just moments away. Teams are headed back out in just, I believe, 3 minutes from now. Very close game. Shots are 17-16 for Vegas. Chances are 14-12 for Vegas. And power plays are 1-0 for Vegas. So it's turned into a close game. That second period definitely belonged to the Leafs. If you're thinking of it like a UFC fight, some big ones tomorrow night, Leafs won that second round. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Team's coming back on the ice now. Would love to see some more hitting power with some speed on the Leafs. That too. I mean, I think they have it in the lineup. They just don't use it. Mentally, they just don't use it. They should probably do that more often. From time to time. this season at least. Not even. I think they've done it more this season, honestly. Like, but it hasn't been a very good season. If you look at years past, they definitely did not do that. So, let's get pumped up. Big third period coming here for the Leafs. Down 4-3. What's up, Romano? What's up? I hope you're enjoying the game. I heard the Boo Birds were out. Hope you're having a good time at the game, you and Andrew. And thanks for tuning in. But you should probably pay attention to the game if you're there. But I appreciate you tuning in nonetheless. Thank you, sir. Should be a very fun end to this game. Just like last week in Vegas. It was a good ending. It was a really, really fun ending. So we'll see. I mean, I know they lost, but has Riley been on the ice for every goal? That guy is hard to watch. Let's find out. I will find out for you. I imagine he's a minus player tonight. I just don't know what the damage is. But let's find out for you here. Morgan Riley is a... You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. But Morgan Riley is an even player tonight. He's a 0. He is an even player tonight. But I don't actually know if he's been... I'm trying to find out if he's actually been on the ice for a goal against, though. I don't know why they don't have these stats like readily available. But he's not a minus player tonight, which is encouraging. Step in the right direction, I guess. He's certainly not a plus player, but not being a minus is good. Okay, is good as well. It's okay in my book. All right, here we go. Third period's about to start. Should be a good one. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Whew. Should be good finish one way or another, which is always good. At least it's not a complete blowout. At least the Leafs are in it. Little competitive here. Showing some competitive fire. Marner starting the period here for the Vegas Golden Knights. Puck is down for the third period. Let's see what happens in this one. Power plays are 1-0. Keep that in mind for the Vegas Golden Knights. Low event game in terms of special teams. Puck's in front. Wow. Aiden just got barreled over by Michelli, who apparently is a bowling ball tonight. Also, the ice just looks like it's awful tonight. Just horrific. How is that not a penalty? That's not offside. You put the puck in your own zone. These guys don't know the rules. The Knights put the puck... Anyway, I think I would... Whew, maybe I should see a replay before I freak out. Do I think it's time to trade Matthews? No. No, it's not. Why is this stick in the penalty box? What is going on here? Yeah, don't trade Matthews. I don't know what we're talking about here. Trading Matthews is like some weird stuff that like Kyprios puts out there like every day just to see like the reaction from people and like non-Leaf fans to be like, yeah, definitely trade him. Yeah, it's definitely time. Like that's what I see every day. Or like non-Leaf fans on Twitter, like me as a Leafs fan, you can't really tell because it's Twitter. We should definitely trade Matthews. Like, some weird stuff. Nobody wants Matthews traded. Oh, Matthews almost scored. Right on the side of the net. Yeah, Macronio should have been a penalty. He got his stick knocked out of his hands. Not a slash. I've seen that called many times in the League of National. Here we go. Regrouping in their own zone. OEL. Looking for an outlet. He finds one in Benoit. Gets it in deep. Nothing happens there. That's a hand pass to Cowan. Yep. That is a hand pass. You know, a point would be nice, Josh. Sorry, Patrick. But at the same time, I want to win. I really want to win. Yes, exactly. A win would be nice. Exactly. Ooh, Matthews almost tied the game from that tough angle. Yeah, people, I don't, but what's, okay, you think he's a head case. This is interesting. I like having this conversation with people, and I have this conversation at, you know, hockey sometimes with people. Why is he a head case? Tell me. That's my question back to you. Because, like, what about him suggests that he's a head case and needs to be traded? I don't know what it is, so enlighten me. Because I hear it a lot, right? People say it, but I don't know what that means. And nobody cares to explain it, ever, so. And then everyone's like, get maximum return, like the same thing. Like, I don't even know what we're talking about. This is the best goal scorer in the franchise's history, and they've been around for 111 years or whatever it is at this point, 110 years. So I don't understand that. I don't think they should trade him. I don't know why you would retool when you have one of the best goal scorers of all time, honestly, and probably one of the best American goal scorers of all time when it's all said and done, if not the best American goal scorer. I mean, Matthews is creeping up on what Patrick Kane is about to do, and it's Patrick Kane. So he's one of the best. He's one of the best. Now, can you win a Stanley Cup with him? I don't know. We haven't seen that, but I would like to see this Leafs team in the playoffs, and I don't know if we will this year without Mitch Marner. I would like to see that, because I think it's hard to go to war when you know a guy is out the door and that guy is one of your best players and he's not, and he's mentally checked out. And it was confirmed yesterday by he did not drag Marner out of here. Okay. I'm done with that. That's a Marner like bot account or something. That's crazy. He drove Marner out of town. Come on, man. The stories have come out. We know what happened. That's ridiculous. Nice play by the Leafs there, but not on goal. Nice just hit Marner. Marner was a little off balance there, but Hurdle comes back. Nice save by Stolarz, who has settled in a little bit. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. But nice hit by Nice. Yes. Stetcher's also looked pretty good tonight, I think. If you honestly believe, I'm sorry, but if you think Matthews drove Marner out of here, like, that is so far the other way, I don't know what to tell you. Marner's agent came out the day Matthews re-signed his contract extension. Everyone was happy about it, and just, I don't even know. I don't even want to get into it at this point. I'm so over it. I'm glad to not talk about this guy after tonight. Just want to focus on the Leafs and hopefully they make the playoffs. I don't think he's a selfish guy. I think the selfish one that was on the team is not on the team anymore. So, and it's pretty evident from everything I've heard. I mean, even if you read the article from Friedman, like, pretty complimentary of Austin Matthews, and it was a pretty objective article as well. So, Matthews said, I want to win here. I want to stay here as long as things don't go off the rails. I think that's a pretty reasonable request. Like, things could be bad, but as long as it doesn't look like a complete shipwreck, I'll stay here. So, and Mark, it's totally okay if you don't want to believe it either, right? But I know what I read and I know what I've seen with my own eyes over the last 10 years, right? And everyone has different opinions. So, look, Marner with a nice little spin pass again. He gets it to the front. No substance to the play, and the Leafs will regroup and go back the other way. I totally agree, Mark. The proof is in the pudding. I know what I've read and I know what I've seen. Oh, nice play by Tavares. Offside of the line by Domi. 16:09 left in the third period. Patrick, I agree with that. Whoever wins a cup, not even set for life. Like there's guys who've like not done anything in this city. I shouldn't say that. They've tried hard in this city, and they didn't slander the team and kick dirt on the team logo and the fans on the way out. And they have statues in front of the building. So they came in, they put their head down, they got to work, they put in an effort that, you know, the fan base could be proud of. And now guys like that have statues in front of the building. Their jerseys hang from the rafters. And they didn't win Stanley Cups, but they're revered in the city, right? So, I mean, Matt Sundin's one of my favorite players of all time. I think he's one of the, maybe not one of the greatest players of all time in general, but nice save by Stolarz in front. But Hockey Hall of Famer, and, you know, like, he put it on the line for the city. He was a good captain. Jack Eichel doing his thing again. He's going to drive the front of the net. Puts it out in front. Nice save by Stolarz, and that's kept alive by... OEL had to get off because he lost his helmet. Riley gets it out. Not the greatest start to this period by the Leafs, and now they ice it. So that is tough. That is tough. Wait, did he hit it? Did he knock his helmet into the... Yeah, Riley, bad play. Bad play by Riley. That should have been a penalty for... The Leafs don't get any benefit of the doubt from the officials. I've seen that called many times against the Leafs. And it's not called here. They're probably not going to get a power play. It's going to finish 1-0 for the Knights. Unless it's like something over the glass or like another delay of game type penalty, but... Go back the other way. Here comes Stetcher. Good play to get it out to center. Come on, guys. Let's get skating. It's a really, really good thing that the Leafs got that goal at the end of the second, man. Because this would have been tough playing like this to come back from 2. I mean, it's still definitely possible to win this game at this point. So, see how it plays out in the end. Chicago and the Lightning are tied 1-1 right now. That has implications on the Atlantic Division. Although it looks like Tampa's not running away with it, but I can see them winning that division. Need a whistle here. I think the Leafs need to regroup. Nice little commercial break would do this team wonders right now, because this is very slow. Third line looks like garbage. They're also dumping it in when dumping it is fine. I know a lot of people are like so against it. Dumping it in is fine, but you got to do it with speed and purpose. They don't do any of that with speed and purpose. Matthews fishing for the puck in front as Benoit puts it in front, but Aiden Hill makes the save, and we are headed for a commercial break. Most people think that the Leafs will make the playoffs this year. They're 52%. %52% of you believe the Leafs will make the playoffs this year. Lawton has only played, I think, under 10 minutes tonight. He should be playing more. I don't know why they don't use him. He's been great. He's been great. Patrick, that's an interesting question. Regular season wins should probably be 3-point. Like, if you look at the Premier League, the league would look way different this year if there's a 3-point system, is my point. Because half these games have gone to overtime. In the league, I think the Leafs have gone to, 14 games in overtime or something like that this year? Like, the league would look completely different. So, yeah. I think it would be good for the game, honestly. Because it's weird. It's weird right now. You get 2 points for the win. You get 1 point if you lose in overtime. All the games are going to overtime. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So I think at this point, there's way too much parity in the league. At this point, maybe you move towards that, making a change there. Mitch Marner's yelling on the bench. The only difference this time is his hair actually does look a little not as dry. Not as dry. I'll put it that way. But he's yelling, he's barking on the bench. He's barking. We'll pass in front to Matthews. He almost gets it, but was knocked off his stick by Noah Hannafin. Last-ditch effort there by Hannafin. Leafs have never really, or not really switched up the lines tonight at all. McMahon was like a heat-seeking missile on that one. Tavares comes on. He's trying to win that puck. Does win his battle. He puts it in deep. Domi's going to have to go chase it. Yeah, I'm like not totally in love with that point system, to be honest. But like, I think with where the league is at right now, like, yes, it would certainly change things, and it might actually be good for the league. Come on, win a puck battle here, man. Carlo gets taken down. The Vegas player is staying down like he just got shot. Michelli sends it in to Nyes. He drives the net. He gets a shot. Ooh, Tavares looking for the rebound. Not there. Not there. Blackhawks and Lightning is 1-1. Michelli trying to get it to the net. Can't. Benoit back to Michelli. Michelli doing his spins. That's knocked out of play. Good little rush there by the Leafs. Not horrible. Not horrible. Generating some chances. Oh, Kolasar, something happened to his nose on that play. I mean, he takes down, I think it was OEL? No, Carlo? Yeah, he's grabbing Carlo's arm, and then Carlo elbows him. But yeah, it's Carlo who's going to get the penalty. Right. For sure. For sure. Can't hold the guy's elbow and then get elbowed in the face and then pretend like you just got shot. Come on, man. What are we talking about? And that is also out of play. Shots are 22-19, so very calm down. Leafs have caught up in that regard. It was looking bad in the first period. Faceoffs are 27-14 for the Leafs. Leafs have won majority of the faceoffs tonight. I also do wonder about the fatigue setting in for the Vegas Golden Knights. They played last night in Boston, but hasn't paid off for the Leafs thus far this game or in this period. Matthews wins that puck. He gets it to the point. McCabe down low to Domi. Domi skating around. Leafs are skating well, but no plays of real substance. All to the perimeter. But they're pushing the pace. They're pushing the pace. McCabe regroups in his own zone. He gets it up to the line. McMahon gets it in deep. Matthews will chase. McMahon goes off for a change. Here comes Domi in on the forecheck as well. He gets beat, and now Eichel's out to center with it. Barbashev goes knee on knee with Carlo. Both guys are okay, it looks like. Back to the point. Leafs are in the offensive zone here. Cowan to Riley. Riley gets to the front of the net and almost bounced right in front to Robertson. But it didn't. Too much space for Dorofeev. Nice save by Stolarz. Gap control is horrendous on that play. Absolutely horrendous. These are still in a good spot. 10 minutes left. They're down by 1. Shots are 23-19. Faceoffs are heavily in the favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Joshua, that would be electric, but I don't think anyone's fighting at this point in the game, unfortunately. But that'd be fun if Kolasar fought Carlo. Kolasar's a big boy. So is Carlo. Patrick, with the $2 donation, thank you very much, sir. Really, really appreciate that. Your support's been unbelievable on these watch-alongs. And the record in the watch-alongs has been pretty good, and I hope it continues tonight. Nice save by Stolarz again on that rebound. Oh, here we go. 2-on-1 with Scott Lawton. Oh, he can't corral the puck. The ice looks horrible tonight. I said at the start of the period. Awful. Bouncing everywhere. Couldn't corral that. Would have been a good opportunity. 2-on-1 with Lawton. And I think Lorentz on the other side on that one. Oh, nice play by Stetcher to break up a play at the side of the net. Nyes is now in the 4th line. Or maybe they're changing. I think they're changing. They are changing. My apologies. Oh, nice play by Stetcher again. Breaks up another play. Riley out to center. Up to the line to Nyes. He takes a big hit. He gets it to the center. Oh, Tavares. Nice play. Riley in front. Shoot the puck. Gotta go Leafs go chant going in the arena. Shoot that puck, man. Don't make these weird... Like, they're okay at times, but get it to the net. On the net. Leafs win another puck battle. Here's Tavares out to center. He's trying to get it up to his man, but he can't. He's going to win that puck battle, though, and now he's in the zone. He spins. He gets it towards the net. Michelli looking for it. Tavares wins another puck battle. He gets it in deep. OEL to McCabe. McCabe bumps into Domi, who takes the puck. He's out to center with speed. Vegas looks tired now. McMahon to the net. McMahon gets in on the forecheck. He gets to work. Matthews in there as well. Puck comes back to the point to OEL. Now it's to Domi. Domi to the center to Matthews. Miscommunication by everybody on that play. Oh, nice play by OEL. Hey, way too many men. Hey, that you gotta call that. That is blatant too many men. He came right off the bench and played the puck right in front of him. How is that not too many men? And now they pull over Stolarz. Somebody dropped the gloves. Go. Who is that? They had 7 guys on the ice and they just ran over Stolarz. Somebody take Hurdle's head off. Again. Power play coming up for the Leafs. They actually call the power play here. A penalty. He wasn't even looking. Oh, yeah. Really? You don't know where the crease is on the ice. The Leafs are going to the power play with a chance with 7 minutes left in this period to tie the game against Vegas. This is the biggest power play of the year. You fired Mark Savard. There was a whole thing about, oh, it looks so much better with Steve Sullivan. It's cooled down a lot, by the way. It's not even that much better. It went from 13% to 16%. Not that much better. This is the biggest power play of the season. Play with gumption, play with some urgency, score on this power play, and take this game away from them because they're running out of gas. They played last night. And how does somebody, I guess in this moment, I'm going to calm down. This moment in the game, you can't take somebody's head off. You're going to get another penalty. It's going to be offsetting minors. I'm going to calm down. I understand why nobody did that. But I've seen it before. I've seen it happen before this season in the first period where somebody should have had their head taken off and it didn't happen. So I'm a little fired up about it. Because I know that it doesn't happen. But this is an opportunity. Get up. Get up for this. Come on. Get after it. Come on. I'm itching. The other thing, my other pet peeve is going to commercial before a power play when you have the momentum. Oh my God. It should be like an icing. You can't, no. If there's a penalty, you can't go to commercial. It should be like an icing. Oh boy. 7:23 left in the period. You need 2 points here, man. This is the game. And you fought back to this point. Score a goal here. Score a goal here. Here we go. Here we go. On the ice for your Maple Leafs, taking the draw, you got John Tavares, you got Matias Michelli, Austin Matthews, Matthew Nyes, and on the point, Morgan Riley. Marner, I believe, is a -1 in this game. Vegas wins the draw, the scrum draw, with 3 Leafs in deep. And they're going back the other way, 2-on-2 against 2 Leafs. One of them is Riley and one of them is Matthews, so might as well be 2 forwards. Here comes Matthews out the center. He's got a goal here. Michelli beats his man. He's in the zone. He gains the zone. Gets it over to Tavares. Tavares trying to settle it down. He loses the puck, and the puck's going back the other way. There is nothing of substance here. Leafs gain the zone. Nyes with the puck. He gets it back to the point. Riley there. Riley down low to Matthews. Matthews, it jumps over his stick. Down low to Nyes. It's in front of the net. Tavares is trying to win the puck, and he can't. And Marner gets it down the length of the ice. 1 minute gone in this power play. Second unit is coming out. Second unit has not come out. Excuse me. I thought they were going off for a change. I thought someone was going for a change. Tavares gets it in deep for Michelli. Michelli loses it. Matthews wins his puck battle. He gets it back to the point. Riley did get off, so it is OEL on the point now. OEL to Matthews. Matthews to Michelli. Michelli right in front. Aiden Hill can't cover it. Michelli with a nice spin move. Back to the point to OEL. To Matthews on the point. Matthews to Michelli. They're moving spots. Michelli. Ooh, Matthews wanted in the wheelhouse, but it wasn't there. I thought OEL probably should have shot that. Down low to Tavares. To OEL. OEL shoots. Oh, it was loose in front. It was loose in front. And that'll do it for the power play. Not a single shot on the power play. Not a single shot. Shots 25-19 for Vegas here. 5 minutes left in the third period. Here comes Bobby McMahon speeding out to center. He's going to drive the net. He drives around the net to McCabe. McCabe throws it towards the net. That's a bad play. 2-on-1 for Vegas. Stone. And Stone scores. That's a bad play by Jake McCabe. That's a bad play by Jake McCabe. Awful. Awful. Also, I mean, Vegas looks like they're on their way to winning this game, and Marner had no impact. So that is incredibly fitting. But, man, Stolar's almost got that, too. It just goes under his glove, and then he got a piece of it. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. You were right there. You're right there. Still only down by 2. But the horrendous start has done you in here, it seems. Now the fourth line out there for the Leafs. There's 4 minutes left here. 4.5 left in the third. It is tough being a Leafs fan. But the other thing, too, is, like, this is like Marner's Stanley Cup, right? Like the Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup this year. Oh, Lorentz off the crossbar. This is like a game that they get up for. And the Leafs should. Absolutely. I'm not taking that away from them. But, like, Everyone's going to dunk on the Leafs and then go about their day, you know? So. Couple posts for the Leafs tonight, too. Yeah, Macaroni, I agree. Awful play by McCabe. Shoots, like, why would you even create that? You gave them the 2-on-1. You created that play with a dumb play. And look, now Stetcher, same thing. Throws it towards the net, but nobody's in front of the net. Nice save by Stolarz. Stolarz probably shouldn't have started this game either. I mean, they've certainly fought back in this game, but the poor start has done them in. They gotta start the game on time, guys. Gotta start the game on time. This is a horrible result, though. Like, this is... I don't think you punt on this season. But, like, you can't. You're stuck. You're definitely stuck. Because your pick is not yours. Unless it's top 5, but I don't think you're going to be that bad. But, you just stand pat, I think. See how it goes. Yeah, Prophet, that, like, I don't know. There's a bunch of plays this season where I'm watching them and I'm like, did you just forget how to play hockey this year? Like, I don't get it. Don't understand. But that's the life of being a Leafs fan. You don't understand it. Would have been better if we had a first-round pick. Then at least you could look towards, like, hey, you know, first-round pick. Although I think you can get, like, I don't think they're going to be full-on sellers. And we'll have to see where they are right after the Olympics. We will have to see how these next couple of games go as well. But I think you can sell off little pieces here and there, like, you know, Benoit. A couple other pieces maybe you sell off and you get some picks for them, right? Maybe not first-round picks, but something like that. Something like that. You can get some assets, I think. We'll see what they do the rest of the way. I just don't think, like, I think a lot of the moves leading into last year, like, made some sense, like coaching, general manager, stuff like that, and then, like, some of the moves they made to buy, but, like, we knew, I think you had an idea in the back of your head, like, this could blow up at some point. I don't know, Francesco. Colorado's been struggling ever since they lost to the Leafs. We'll see how that game's go. It's going to be an ugly game. It's an afternoon game. We'll see how that game goes. Stolarz to the bench. Leafs have an extra attacker out. Offside at the line. 2:28 left in the third. Couple of guys who have been good to start the year. I mean, haven't been that good. I mean, like, Jake McCabe has been tough the last little while. Yeah, I know. And now the goalie's out, or now there's a face-off on at the line. You're wasting more time. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. Certainly not a Stanley Cup for this group this year. I do wonder if they still make the playoffs. But this has been tough. This has been tough. Tough start to this game. I thought they had a good, second period was good. Not a horrible performance. First period is just like awful. But yeah, McCabe could be playing hurt. A lot of guys are playing hurt around the league. Almost everybody. I mean, there's so many injuries around the league, right? Like St. Louis is not even, I don't even, like some of the players on their team that didn't even know existed. Hamilton will have a pro team next year, actually. The Bridgeport Islanders are moving there, so they're going to have an AHL team in that new building. They just renovated. So they will. Minute 50 left here in this horrible showing. Horrible showing. Tavares tries to get it to the... I will say that Tavares has looked good tonight. Like, he looks like he's actually, like, trying and gives a general F. Matthews' quick shot. He gets it in. Nice little play to get an offensive zone faceoff. Don't know what they're going to do with this. This is a shocking performance in this game. Like, overall. To come out in that first period like that, I'd hope for a second because of what they did in the second period, but because you're not going to come out with the 2 points here, this is shocking back-to-back losses to Vegas. Like, these are games you circle. I just don't think they have it. Have a good night, Mad Dalton. Appreciate you tuning in. I think that went to the net. Where did that go? It's in the corner now. Played to the line, kept in by Riley. Riley gets to the net. Michelli trying to get it. It's like 4 guys around the net doing nothing. Stone flips it out and off the post and in. 6-3. 20 goals on the season for Mark Stone. You know, it's not a bad thing that this happened to this group. We knew, like, I don't know, I think in the back of my head, it's gonna blow up at some point. Like, Marner was the guy to move off of. It was gonna blow up at some point. We'll see what they do with Nylander back, too. Like, obviously, that's a big piece. That's an $11 million out of your lineup. But it's not a bad thing if there is change coming in the next couple of years and they get, younger. But they have no assets. Like, there's no reason to buy. Just stand pat, ride it out, see what you do. If you make the playoffs, cool. That's where we're at with this team. This has been a tough season. $25 seconds left here. Looking like a 6-3 final for the Vegas Golden Knights. This was a game that everybody had circled on their calendars. This is one you want to get up for, and the Leafs did not do that. The Leafs did not do that. Piss poor performance again. Awful. And, Vegas sheltered Mitch. Didn't do much in the game. They knew what they had to do to get it done, and that's what they did. And his teammates got up for him. The Leafs did not get up for this one, so that's tough. That's another tough 2 points to drop for the Leafs. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Really, really appreciate it, guys. Your support all season has been unbelievable and dating back to last season. Really, really appreciate you guys. But another disappointing loss for the Leafs here, and we are headed into the Olympic break with a team that is just outside. Not heading right away, like we've still got a couple games and we're back Sunday, but heading in with a team that looks like they're very much on the outside looking in. So this is a tough one. It's a tough one. Marner throws a stick to a fan in the crowd wearing a Marner Vegas jersey, doing the whole PR thing. We know what happened with you and your agent. Let's be real, dude. Like, we know the whole song and dance you try to do, right? We get it. Haha. But we know what's happened and what's happened to insiders over the years as well. So the story's out now. Story's out now. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Jose, Nate, Prophet. Missing a lot of people. Mad has already checked out. Don't blame him. Patrick, thank you very much for your donation as well. Really, really appreciate it. Francesco, appreciate you tuning in and your thoughts as well. Macronio, I think you've probably already dipped as well. I don't blame you. Mark, thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you, everyone. I don't know when the next one of these is going to be. I was looking forward to this one. But yeah, that's all. Have a great night. We'll have some post-game stuff for you guys on Sunday. But yeah, as always, guys, we'll see you for a video tomorrow. It's a weird Saturday. No Leaf game tomorrow night. It's weird. But thank you, everyone, for tuning into the stream. We will see you for a video tomorrow.
Digest your daily dose of gold. Stories of the bold where legends are told. From first pop drop to the season's full. Tune in and watch the drama